Module 3, Internal Combustion Engines. It is the first part in Module 3. Second part, we have refrigeration and air conditioning. In IC engines, internal combustion engines, we are going to study these topics: the introduction of IC engines, classification of IC engines, engine details, IC engine terminology, auto 4-stroke petrol engine, 4-stroke diesel engine, and the difference between petrol and diesel engines, two-stroke cycle engines, difference between two-stroke and four-stroke cycle engines, and indicated power, brake power, and some of the efficiencies. First of all, we will try to understand what is the difference between IC engines and EC engines. IC means it is the internal combustion, EC means external combustion. Internal combustion engines, fuel combustion takes place inside the cylinder. See, the main classification is based on the combustion. In engines where the fuel combustion takes place inside the cylinder are called as IC engines. Fuel combustion takes place outside of the cylinder are called as EC engines. Because the fuel combustion takes place inside, they are in compact size IC engines. These are larger size EC engines, and this one is a low initial cost, more initial cost in EC engines. In IC engines, working fluid is a mixture of air and fuel. Uh, Here directly we will burn the air and fuel inside the combustion chambers in case of IC engines, whereas in case of EC engines, working fluid is steam normally. Why means the heat somewhere we are burning the fuel, and by utilizing this heat we are converting the water into steam, and then this steam is used to run the turbines, and hence turbine runs the generator, we will get a power output. So normally steam is the working fluid in case of EC engines. In case of IC engines, easier and quick starting of these engines because of inside combustion. EC engines starting is difficult because combustion takes place outside of the engine. IC engines costly fuels are required because it is the internal part of engine combustion chamber, so we need to burn a costly fuel, and here a cheaper fuel like coal can be used to burn, okay, to get the heat. IC engines more suitable for mobile applications. AC engines less suitable for mobile applications because it is a bulk in size. Furnace is a we have outside furnace, so it is difficult to carry both furnace and engines. Classification of IC engines. IC engines are classified mainly according to the type of fuel used. We have petrol engines, gas engines, biofuel engines, diesel engines. Okay. Nature of thermodynamic cycle. Otto cycle. Otto cycle is the ideal cycle for petrol engines, and diesel cycle is ideal cycle for diesel engines. Dual or mixed cycle. To obtain the advantages of both the cycles, Otto and diesel cycle, we are going to consider in some cases dual or mixed cycle engines. Okay. Then the number of strokes per cycle is a 4-stroke and 2-stroke engines. We have method of ignition, spark ignition, then compression ignition. Method of cooling, we have air cooling and water cooling engines. Normally air cooling is used for two-wheelers and water cooling for four-wheelers. Speed of the engine, so low speed, medium and high speed. Number of cycles, number of cylinders, single cylinder, multi-cylinder. Position of the cylinder, so inline engines, V engines, radial engines, opposed cylinder engines. So that diagrams you can see here, the arrangement of the engines. When the power required is more, then when we use more than one cylinder, then engine details. This is a diagram of a complete this diagram gives the complete picture of an engine, cylinder, piston and arrangement. You can see this one is cylinder. Inside the piston moves to and fro motion. Here outside diameter of the piston is equal to the inside diameter of the cylinder. Almost exactly it is going to fit here. The movement, in order to provide free motion, so we will add some lubrication, we will provide some lubrication here, and it is a continuously moving, the piston is continuously moving inside the cylinder. So here the shape of the piston, we can see this is the shape of the piston, uh, and piston is connected to the crankshaft using connecting rod. This one is connecting rod, and we can see two valves, inlet valve, outlet valve. During 4 strokes, these valves are operated by using a camshaft. Sometimes they will open, sometimes they will close by using this camshaft. Okay. Then if you see here, this is a spark plug. If you see the spark plug, then it indicates it is a petrol engine. Okay. In diesel engines, we don't have spark plug. Instead of that, we have fuel injector. If you see the spark plug, then it is a petrol engine. Okay. Then if you see the valves, it is a 4-stroke engine, because in case of 2-stroke, we don't have this valve arrangement. Okay. Now this is a cylinder block. Entire arrangement is covered in this block. Coming to the terminology of IC engines, a bore, inner diameter of the engine cylinder is called as bore. Okay. Inside diameter of the engine cylinder is called as bore. Stroke means it is the linear distance traveled by the piston when it moves from one end of the cylinder to the other end. So here you see this is called as top dead center, upper part of the cylinder, and lower part of the cylinder is called as bottom dead center. The piston will move from, normally it moves from bottom dead center to top dead center and top dead center to bottom dead center. So the movement of the piston is restricted between these 2 points. It will move continuously between these 2 points. So this length is called as stroke length. Then dead centers, as we discussed, it is a top dead center and bottom dead center. Clearance volume. Clearance volume means, so here when the piston reaches its top dead center position and there is a volume left here for combustion, that is called as the clearance volume. Then swept volume or stroke volume. So it is the volume displaced by the piston in one stroke when the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center or bottom dead center to top dead center. The volume swept by the piston is called as swept volume. Let's see the Otto cycle diagram. A 4-stroke petrol engine works on principle of theoretical Otto cycle, also known as constant volume cycle. So this diagram partially explains the working principle of 4-stroke petrol engine. For petrol engines, uh, we are analyzing by using this Otto cycle diagram. A cycle is a one whose initial and final conditions are same. If the cycle starts from A, it will move to B, C, then D, and once again come back to A. Then this is called as cycle. A cycle consists of number of process, normally 4 or 5 process. So here we can see a 4 process. You take any process, it may fall under this process like constant volume process, constant temperature process, or isothermal process, constant pressure process, or reversible adiabatic or isentropic process. So among these 4 or 5 process, all the cycles have among this. This cycle, Otto cycle, consists of two constant volume process and you can see two isentropic process. Isentropics, you can see the in TS diagram straight lines for this A, B, C, D. You can see the straight lines. So here you can see the four diagrams for four strokes. We'll try to understand the working principle of four-stroke petrol engine by using Otto cycle diagram, PV diagram, and also these diagrams. First one is a suction stroke. In this suction stroke, inlet valve is open and outlet valve is closed. The piston is initially at this position, top dead center, and during the starting of the suction stroke, the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. See the arrow mark. The movement of the piston is downwards. Because of this, a vacuum is created. That is, the pressure falls less than the outside pressure. So the charge, that is the air fuel mixture from the carburetor, will enter into the piston cylinder arrangement. It fills the cylinder, okay, through this inlet valve. So here, so suction stroke we cannot see here. Okay. It is a straight line. It will come like this. Okay. Because I told you this diagram explains partially. So now the compression, because the compression, during compression both the valves are in closed position and there is no chance of to this charge to escape outside. So it is a completely closed. Now the piston starts moving in upward direction from BDC to TDC. Because of this, the compression takes place inside of the cylinder. Compression of the charge takes place, and because of this compression, the temperature of the mixture and pressure of the mixture increases. Okay. You can see in PV diagram, A to B is a compression process. Volume decreases, pressure increases, and here in TS diagram, if you draw, you can see the temperature increase also. So now after this completion of compression stroke, the piston is at top dead center and the temperature of the charge is equal to the ignition temperature. Okay. Ignition temperature means if you want to burn any substance, it should reach to its ignition temperature. Then only it can catch the fire. Otherwise, it won't. Okay. So by doing the compression, we brought the temperature of the charge equal to its ignition temperature or more than ignition temperature. So by using a spark plug, if you ignite this mixture, then the combustion takes place. This is a combustion. So combustion takes place at constant volume. The piston is not moving. That in PV diagram, you can see B to C, constant volume heat addition. The combustion takes place at constant volume. Because of this combustion, still the pressure increases inside the cylinder and also temperature increases. You know, pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So temperature also increases. And after this combustion, because of this high pressure gases, they will start pushing the piston downwards. Okay. Now, because of this high pressure acting on the piston starts moving from top dead center to the bottom dead center. This is called as power stroke. See, during all these four strokes, only once the power stroke, there is a power generated by the engine. So we need to supply the power for the remaining three strokes, but only one stroke the power is generated by the engine. So we need to store this power for further usage. So we have a flywheel. A flywheel stores the energy obtained during power stroke and it supplies back to the engine to perform other three strokes: suction stroke, compression, and exhaust strokes. So this is the third one is a power stroke. During this power stroke, the piston moves from TDC to BDC. Then final one is exhaust stroke. Exhaust stroke, the piston moves from bottom dead center to top dead center. And during this, inlet valve is still in closed position. Outlet valve opens, and because of this movement, the piston moves the burnt gases outside, and it will empty this space again. Once again, the suction stroke repeated. So you can see the position of the piston, position and movement of the piston during four strokes. Diesel four stroke cycle. This one is a diesel cycle. It starts from A and it ends at A. So initial and final conditions are same. Okay. If you see the difference between Otto cycle and diesel cycle, only one process is different. That is a heat addition process. In Otto cycle, we have constant volume heat addition. In diesel cycle, we have constant pressure heat addition. Pressure is constant. PB is equal to PC. Constant pressure heat addition. Remaining all are same. So A to B isentropic compression, B to C constant pressure heat addition, then C to D isentropic expansion, then D to A it is a constant volume heat rejection. These three processes are same like Otto cycle. Here the four stroke diesel engine, the working principle is almost same as Otto cycle, and we will try to understand the main differences between the working principle of petrol engine and diesel engine. So here the same thing during suction stroke, the inlet valve opens, the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. Here the pressure inside the cylinder is less than the outside pressure. So here in Otto cycle, fuel and air mixture will enter into the cylinder from the carburetor. But here only in case of diesel engine, only air is entered into the cylinder. Here only air enters and fills the cylinder. That is the main difference here. During suction stroke, only pure air is taken inside the cylinder. And during compression, the piston moves from BDC, bottom dead center, to top dead center. Both the valves are in closed position and the air is compressed during compression stroke. Only air is compressed during compression stroke. That we can see here. A to so suction stroke, here we have not shown this suction stroke, but compression A to B. A to B is there. Okay. It is isentropic compression. Because of this, volume decreases, pressure increases. So after completing this compression stroke, the combustion takes place. How means here this is a spark plug is replaced by a fuel injector. It is called as fuel injector. Here we don't have spark plug here in case of diesel engines. So this because of this compression, The temperature of the air which is present inside the cylinder, its temperature increases to auto ignition temperature of fuel. Then what is the difference between ignition and auto ignition? Auto ignition means without any spark the fuel catches the fire. There is no need to ignite it. If you just simply pour the fuel into that temperature, then it catches the fire. That is called as auto ignition temperature. So during this compression, the temperature inside the cylinder, temperature of air inside the cylinder increases to auto ignition temperature of fuel. Okay. After this, the fuel is injected, that is a diesel is injected through fuel injector into the chamber, and because of high temperature, auto ignition temperature inside the cylinder, the combustion takes place. Automatically it catches the fire and combustion takes place. That's why it is called as compression ignition engines. The ignition takes place only because of the temperature which is obtained during compression. And after this combustion, the hot flue gases push the piston to the bottom side, and it will come downwards, and then finally the exhaust stroke. During exhaust stroke, the valve, outlet valve is open, inlet valve is closed position, and these burnt gases are left to the atmosphere. Then once again cycle repeats. We'll try to understand the difference between petrol and diesel engines. So petrol engine works on Otto cycle. Here petrol is used as a fuel. Here diesel is used as a fuel and it works on diesel cycle. So air fuel mixture enters the cylinder during suction stroke. Here only pure air enter into the suction stroke. Here low compression ratio, because here we need to increase the charge temperature to ignition temperature. It may be around 6 to 10, but here we have to increase the temperature of air inside the cylinder to auto ignition temperature of diesel. So we need more compression ratio. That is why we need more compression. So we can see here the ratio, compression ratio is 14 to 20. The compressed charge is ignited by the spark plug in case of petrol engine. In case of diesel engine, spark plug is replaced by fuel injector. So the fuel injector is used in diesel engines, okay, and ignition takes place because of auto ignition. No spark plug is present in diesel engine. Petrol engine, high engine speed is there about 3000 rpm, and here it ranges from 500 to 1000 rpm. The thermal efficiency is lower due to lower compression ratio. If you see the efficiency formula, compression ratio plays very important role in that. Okay. If we increase the compression ratio, efficiency of the engine, especially thermal efficiency of the engine increases. So here, in case of petrol engines, we have lower compression ratio, 6 to 10. So thermal efficiency is automatically lower when compared to diesel engine. These are lighter in weight, less costlier. Maintenance cost is less because we are using petrol. Easy starting. Running cost high because petrol is costlier. Okay. Here it is a maintenance cost is slightly higher. Okay. Difficult to start in cold weather. Running cost is less because diesel is cheaper. Okay. Then here we can see a two-stroke cycle petrol engine diagrams. First thing, we will try to understand the difference between four-stroke and two-stroke. In four-stroke, we have valve. Here, instead of valve, we have a ports. Three ports. One is the inlet port, exhaust port, and a transfer port which transfers the mixture to the cylinder. Ports are nothing but openings. Three openings we have. and these openings are closed and open because of the movement of the piston inside of the cylinder. The movement of the piston itself closes and opens the ports according to the requirement. So this is the main difference between two stroke and four stroke. And here all the four process can be completed in two strokes. In four strokes we have four strokes, here only two strokes. That is, once the piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center and bottom dead center to top dead center, one cycle will be completed. So for two strokes, there is a one complete revolution of crankshaft takes place here. Whereas in case of four stroke engine, for four strokes, two revolutions, one power stroke is generated. Here, for one revolution and two movements, two strokes, one power stroke is generated. So we'll try to understand the working principle. So initially, the piston, it sucks the charge because it is a petrol engine. Air fuel mixture enters into the charge is not directly entering into the cylinder in this case. So when it uncovers while moving upwards, when it uncovers, so that time the charge, that is a mixture of petrol and air, will enter and it will fill the crankcase. There is arrangement, so it is going to fill the crankcase. Then while coming downwards, it closes the inlet port. The piston closes the inlet port, so inlet charge will be stopped. Okay, then it uncovers the transfer port. You can see here it is uncovers the transfer port and also exhaust port. When it uncovers the transfer port, the charge which is present inside the crankcase will pass through this transfer port and it will enter into the cylinder. You can see here it will enter into the cylinder. And during compression, the piston starts moving from bottom dead center to top dead center. During this time, it starts compressing this gas, and this charge which is present inside, it will also helps to send the already burned exhaust gases outside. Okay, this is called a scavenging process. During this compression stroke, it covers this exhaust port so that uh, there is no chance to escape this mixture outside. It is completely compressed. After this compression, the combustion takes place by using a spark plug. Then after this combustion, the hot flue gases once again push the piston to the downwards. For every two stroke, there is one power stroke here. So for two stroke, we have flywheel, less weight flywheel, because only we need to supply extra power for only one stroke, and for every alternate strokes one power stroke is there, so there is no need to store so much energy as in case of we are using in four stroke engines, the energy supplied or energy obtained from power stroke should be supplied for the remaining three strokes, so we need a bigger size flywheel for storage. And here you can see a two-stroke diesel engine. The port arrangement and working principle is almost same. Okay. In case of diesel engine, fuel injector is there. So spark plug is replaced by a fuel injector, and we have slight different arrangement of ports, but we have three ports: inlet, outlet, and transfer port. Okay. The working principle is same. So because it is a diesel engine, the during suction stroke only air is drawn inside and is filled with in the crankcase. Then during the movement of the piston, when it covers the inlet port, then automatically the inlet of the coming air we stopped, and by using this transfer port, the air is entering into the cylinder. During compression stroke, it compresses the air and it will temperature increases to auto ignition temperature of the diesel. And here the spark plug, fuel injector is used to distribute the fuel inside the engine cylinder. Then the remaining process is same. Difference between two-stroke and four-stroke engines. Four-stroke engine and two-stroke engine, we can see here in case of four-stroke, four piston strokes required to complete one cycle. Here only two piston strokes required to complete one cycle. To complete revolutions of crankshaft is required to complete one cycle. Here only one complete revolution of crankshaft is required to complete one cycle. Power is developed in every alternate revolution of the crankshaft because four strokes, for two strokes one rotation, so for four strokes two rotations of the crankshaft. So power is developed in every alternate revolution of the crankshaft. In case of two stroke, so power is also developed in every revolution of crankshaft because for one rotation of crankshaft we have two strokes. The piston moves from BDC to TDC and TDC to BDC. So for every revolution of crankshaft there is a power stroke in case of two-stroke engines. The power is developed in every alternate revolution, hence heavy flywheel is required because during four strokes or two revolutions of crankshaft, only in one stroke the power is developed. For the remaining three strokes, the power should be supplied. So we need a heavy flywheel for this purpose. Whereas in case of two stroke, the power is supplied only for one stroke because every alternate stroke one power stroke is there. So for storing a lighter flywheel is required. Four stroke engines, these engines are heavier, larger, required more space. These and two stroke engines are lighter when compared to four stroke. The inlet and exhaust valves are required and they are operated by valve operating mechanism like cams. Here in two stroke, instead of valves we have ports and opens and closed by motion of the piston itself. So there is no separate arrangement is required here. Lubricating oil consumption is less in case of four stroke engine because the power stroke is for every alternate rotation of crankshaft. Here lubrication oil consumption is more. Thermal efficiency is higher in case of four stroke. We have less thermal efficiency in two stroke. Mechanical efficiency is low because of more number of moving parts in case of four stroke, whereas in case of two stroke mechanical efficiency is high. You can see the formula for petrol engine and diesel engine. This R is a compression ratio. So we can see compression ratio efficiency is directly proportional to compression ratio. Compression ratio increases, then efficiency increases. So for diesel engines, we have larger compression ratio ranging from 16 to 20. So air standard efficiency of diesel engine is always greater than the air standard engine of petrol, air standard efficiency of petrol engine.